Today's video, I'll show you a clear, science-backed plan that makes it simple, no fluff, no confusion, just the truth, explained step by step. You'll learn what really drives the problem, what the body needs, and how to apply it in your daily routine. By the end, you'll have the knowledge and tools to take controls without wasting time on complicated advice. So stay with me until the end. One small insight here could change the way you look at your health forever. People spend years chasing symptoms without realizing the body is simply responding to an overlooked cause. It's easy to assume that feeling tired, heavy, steady is just part of aging, but that's not the truth. The body is incredibly intelligent, and when something feels off, it's not random. It's feedback. It's a signal that something deeper is being neglected. Think of it like the check engine light in a car. You could cover it with tape so you don't see it anymore, but the problem in the engine hasn't gone anywhere. The same is true with health. The medications, the short-term fixes, promises you hear so often, those might dull the signal, but the underlying cause is still running in the background. Unless it's addressed, continues to grow stronger until it demands your full attention. The overlooked cause for so many health struggles is usually not a lack of effort. Try hard. They diet, they cut back on certain foods, they even take the supplements they've heard about. The real issue is confusion. Too much information, conflicting, leads to doing the wrong thing or doing too many things at once. The body doesn't need complication, it thrives on clarity and balance. Often, the missing piece is something simple: the way the body processes fuel, the way circulation feeds the tissues, the way stress hormones are quietly burning out reserves behind the scenes. Each of these plays a bigger role than most realize. The symptoms show up in different ways: joint pain here, low energy there, poor sleep somewhere else. It becomes easy to miss the shared root. Causes gradual buildup. The body adapts to stress, poor diet, and lack of movement for years before obvious problems appear. You don't suddenly wake up with stiff joints or high blood sugar. These are the results of small imbalances repeated daily until the body can't hide it anymore. Is why waiting for big warning signs is dangerous. By then, the problem has already matured. From real power comes from recognizing the little signals: being out of breath too quickly, feeling foggy after a meal, struggling to recover after sleep. These are whispers from the body, asking for change before it has to shout. We also can't ignore the role of hidden stress, not just emotional stress, the stress caused by foods that spike and crash blood sugar, by nutrient deficiencies that leave cells starving even when you're eating enough, that prevents repair. Stress is the great amplifier of every weakness in the body. Left unchecked, it magnifies inflammation, slows circulation, muscle strength, and interferes with hormone balance. People chase treatments for each of those areas separately without realizing they're all being driven by the same underlying stress load. Overlooked cause of all is inactivity, not just exercise, but movement itself. The body is designed for circulation, and circulation is powered by movement. Without it, oxygen and nutrients can't reach the tissues effectively, and toxins can't be cleared out efficiently. Over time, this starves the very systems that keep you strong and resilient. The good news is it doesn't take marathon workouts to reverse it. Gentle, even simple stretching or walking creates a cascade of positive changes in the body. But most people underestimate it because it feels too easy. The simple in favor of the complex, forgetting that the body often thrives on the most straightforward choices. The overlooked cause is not one thing but a pattern: years of ignoring signals, layering small imbalances, and chasing surface fixes instead of root solutions. You see it, it's empowering, because if small, daily choices can create decline, small, daily choices can also create renewal. The same system that adapts to stress can adapt back to balance. The same cells that wear down can rebuild with the right inputs. The body isn't broken. It's waiting for the right conditions to restore itself. Step is to finally stop overlooking what has been quietly driving the problem all along. The body is always speaking. It rarely allows a major health problem to appear without first sending out smaller signals. The challenge is that most people dismiss these signals, calling them normal aging or simply pushing through because life feels too busy. But the body never whispers without reason. Early warning signs are the most valuable opportunities to make a change before the issue becomes harder to manage. They're like the faint cracks in a foundation, easy to ignore at first, but once they widen, the entire structure is at risk. That the body doesn't fail suddenly. It gives time, clues, and a chance to act early. Common early signs is fatigue that doesn't match your activity level. If you wake up tired even after what should be a full night's sleep, extra caffeine to get through the day, it's not just about being busy. Fatigue can mean your cells aren't getting the energy they need. This could be from poor circulation, unstable blood sugar, or nutrient deficiencies. Energy is the currency of life. When it runs low, the body starts rationing it away from non-essential functions, leading to slower recovery, weaker immunity, and cloudy thinking. That simple, "I'm just tired," is often a red flag waving. Another sign is shortness of breath or getting winded quicker than you used to. It climbing stairs, walking uphill, or carrying groceries. Many brush it off as just getting older, but it's actually your circulation, lungs, cardiovascular system struggling to keep up with oxygen demands. Oxygen delivery is non-negotiable for every cell. If you're feeling winded earlier than before, your body is signaling that efficiency is slipping. The earlier this is recognized, the sooner it can be improved with small, consistent changes in activity and breathing habits. Frequent brain fog or poor concentration is another overlooked sign. If you're forgetting simple details, losing track of tasks, or struggling to stay mentally sharp, it's not only about memory. Brain fog is usually a symptom of uneven blood sugar, poor sleep quality, or nutrient shortages, especially in B vitamins and omega fatty acids. The brain is highly sensitive to fluctuations in fuel supply. When the balance tips even slightly, clarity fades. Instead of treating it as inevitable, noticing brain fog as an early signal allows you to step in before deeper cognitive decline sets in. Discomfort is also a key warning sign. Bloating, indigestion, movements. These are often normalized as just the way my stomach is. But digestion is central to nutrient absorption. If the gut is under stress, the entire body feels it. Chronic indigestion can mean low stomach acid, enzyme deficiencies, or food intolerances that silently drain energy and increase inflammation. Ignoring digestive signs is like ignoring the fuel system in a car. It eventually impacts every other system downstream. Changes in sleep patterns deserve special attention. Frequently at night, difficulty falling asleep or feeling restless even when in bed signals deeper imbalances. The body repairs, balances hormones, and strengthens the immune system during sleep. Poor quality sleep is an early marker for stress overload, blood sugar swings, or low magnesium. These small disruptions accumulate into major problems if not corrected. Even subtle changes in skin, hair, or nails can be warning signs. Dry skin, brittle nails, thinning hair often reflect nutrient shortages, circulation problems, or hormonal shifts. Because these changes happen slowly, people often overlook them. External clues to what's happening internally. The body uses the skin as a status board. It shows when something deeper is being neglected. Important things to realize is that early signs are not punishments, they're invitations. The body doesn't want to break down, it wants to adapt, to heal, but it can't do that if its messages are ignored. Learning to respect these small shifts, tiredness, brain fog, indigestion, poor sleep, shortness of breath, is the same as learning to read your body's language. And once you learn to read it, you can respond with the right steps at the right time. Health moves from reactive to proactive. When you catch these signs early, you avoid bigger struggles later. Instead of waiting for a crisis, you create a chance for gentle, steady renewal. Every ache, every low energy morning, every restless night is your body tapping you on the shoulder, asking for attention. Listening early is the difference between years of decline and years of vitality. And the earlier you act, the more powerful the results become. When a problem shows up in the body, it's natural to want a quick fix, something immediate that erases the discomfort and restores balance overnight. But the truth is, health challenges are not solved by one single magic pill. Instead, they're resolved by finding the key fix, the central adjustment that sets off a ripple effect. To reset itself, the body is designed with layers of systems that support one another, and often just one correction unlocks improvements across many areas. That's why understanding the key fix is so powerful. Think of the body like a house with many rooms. If the electrical system is unstable, lights flicker everywhere. Every bulb. You need to stabilize the wiring. The same principle applies to health. Instead of chasing each symptom separately to find the wiring issue underneath. For many adults, especially those managing energy, circulation, and blood sugar, the wiring issue often comes down to nutrient deficiencies and lifestyle gaps that quietly accumulate over years. Fix usually starts with supporting the body's ability to balance blood sugar and energy production. When blood sugar spikes and crashes, system feels the strain, hormones swing, energy drops, cravings grow, and mood becomes unpredictable. By stabilizing blood sugar with steady nutrients, hydration, and the right timing of meals, the foundation begins to steady itself. It doesn't require drastic change. Often, small adjustments, like spacing meals, processed carbohydrates, and adding more fiber and protein, become the fix that makes the body run smoother. Alongside blood sugar, circulation is another pillar. Strong blood flow, nutrients and oxygen never reach where they are needed most. Poor circulation shows up as cold hands and feet, leg pain when walking, or slow wound healing. Supporting circulation through gentle daily movement, hydration, foods rich in compounds that relax blood vessels is a fix that restores vitality across the board. Something as simple as a short daily walk, leafy greens, or foods high in natural nitrates can dramatically improve how cells receive oxygen and nutrients. The third piece of the fix is restoring micronutrient balance. Vitamins and minerals aren't just small extras, the sparks and switches that turn every process in the body on and off. Deficiencies accumulate silently, showing up as fatigue, muscle weakness, restless sleep. Correcting these gaps with the right essentials, magnesium, vitamin D, omega-3 fatty acids, or B vitamins, can unlock a cascade of improvements. Suddenly, energy improves, mood stabilizes, and the body repairs more effectively. One targeted fix can feel like a domino effect because nutrients influence every corner of health. Another overlooked fix is managing stress, emotionally but physically. Chronic stress keeps the body in a fight or flight mode, flooding the system with cortisol and draining resources from digestion, immune defense. When stress is addressed through breathing practices, gentle stretching, mindfulness, or even simple daily routines that bring calm, shifts back into balance, energy is conserved, sleep improves, and inflammation quiets down. For many, calm stress is the missing fix that allows every other effort to finally work. Empowering truths about the key fix is that it doesn't demand perfection. You don't need to change everything at once. Finding the one area where you're leaking the most energy and patching that leak. Maybe it's stabilizing blood sugar, maybe it's improving sleep, correcting a nutrient deficiency. The body rewards even the smallest correction by redirecting strength and focus to healing. And perhaps the most hopeful part is incredibly forgiving. Even after years of imbalance, once you provide the right fix, the body rushes to restore itself. It wants to heal. It wants to thrive. Every cell is wired with that intelligence. All it needs is the right environment to carry out the work it's been designed to do. The key fix isn't just about health. It's about freedom. Freedom from constant fatigue, from nagging aches, from feeling older than your years. Body the fix it's asking for, you step into a renewed version of yourself, one that feels lighter, stronger, and more resilient. Fix is always simpler, always closer than most people think. Part of any health plan is not understanding what to do, it's applying it every single day. Knowledge is important, but without action, it remains locked inside your mind like a tool never picked up. The body changes through consistent habits, not occasional bursts of effort. The daily application matters more than anything else. It is not the crash diet or the extreme workout that changes your health after 60, but the small routines that you repeat until they feel like second nature. This is where progress is made, where energy returns, and where strength is rebuilt. Application starts with structure. The body loves rhythm. Just as the sun rises and sets on a pattern, your internal systems thrive on predictable habits. At consistent times, moving your body at least once every day, and keeping a sleep schedule all send strong signals to your metabolism, hormones, system. These signals create stability, and stability is what heals. If you eat at random times, sleep at odd hours, or push yourself with long gaps of inactivity, never finds its balance. But with steady patterns, even simple ones, the body learns to relax, repair, and reset. Important aspect of daily application is simplicity. Most people fail not because they lack discipline, but because their plan is too complicated. If you need 10 steps before breakfast just to get healthy, it won't last. Instead, focus on one or two actions that fit naturally into your day. For example, starting the morning with a glass of mineral, rich water and a short walk outdoors might be more powerful over time than any expensive supplement. These two habits alone hydrate your cells, energize your muscles, and calm your mind before the day begins. Simple is sustainable, and sustainable is what creates results. Application also requires building your environment to support your goals. If your kitchen is filled with processed snacks, your choices will reflect what is around you. If your living space makes movement difficult, you will sit more. By shaping your surroundings, you reduce the need for willpower. Stocking nutrient-dense foods, setting out walking shoes the night before, or keeping a water bottle nearby transforms daily health from a decision into an automatic action. Easier you make the choice, the more likely you are to repeat it. Consistency is not perfection. This is a lesson most people overlook. Application doesn't mean daily never missing a step or never eating the wrong thing. It means showing up again the next day, no matter what happened yesterday. Brushing your teeth, you don't quit because you missed once. You simply return to the habit. Set shift keeps you free from guilt and focused on the long game. Over weeks and months, it is the repeated action, not the occasional slip, that defines your results. With daily application, at first it may feel difficult, like moving a heavy wheel that resists your push. But once the wheel starts rolling, the momentum carries you forward. The morning walk feels easier. The nutrient-rich meal becomes your preference. The early bedtime turns into something you look forward to. Repetition reinforces the next, and soon your body begins to crave the very habits that once felt like effort. This is how transformation sneaks up on you, not as a sudden breakthrough, but as the quiet reward of daily application. It's also important to connect each habit with a deeper reason. If you only apply health routines because you should, motivation fades. But if you remind yourself that your walk strengthens your legs so you can play with your grandchildren, or that your diet fuels your brain to stay sharp, suddenly each action carries meaning. Meaning sustains motivation. Purpose turns daily choices into acts of self-respect rather than chores. The beauty of daily application is that it compounds over time. Like small deposits into a savings account, every action builds interest. At first, the change is invisible, but after weeks, you notice more energy. After months, your doctor notices better numbers. After a year, you feel like a different person. The quiet power of daily effort. It multiplies without you realizing it. And the best time to start is today, with one small step. Becomes who you are. Health is never just about one vitamin, one food, or one exercise. Those things matter, but they are parts of a larger design. Picture is where true wellness begins to unfold. It's about how all the small daily choices connect by they influence not only the body, but also the mind and spirit. When you step back and look at the whole, you begin to see that health is not a quick fix, but a lifelong journey of alignment. The bigger picture reminds you that what you eat, how you move, how you sleep, even how you think are all threads woven together into the fabric of your well-being. Too often, people look for the single magic solution. They want a pill, a superfood, 3-day plan to erase decades of neglect, but the bigger picture shows that nothing works in isolation. A vitamin is powerful when your diet supports it. Exercise is effective when sleep repairs your muscles. Stress management works when combined with nourishing foods that steady your hormones. One piece strengthens another. Synergy is what creates transformation. That is why people who commit to a balanced lifestyle, not perfection but balance, always see the greatest results over time. Also teaches patience. Healing and strength do not come overnight. The body is wise, but it works on its own timeline. It restores gradually, layer by layer, cell by cell. Expecting instant results only creates frustration. But when you see yourself as part of the bigger story, you learn to trust the process. As a seed planted in the soil takes time before sprouting, your habits may take weeks before you feel them, months before you see them, and years before others notice the change. Patience allows you to stay steady long enough to let the deeper healing happen. Another part of the bigger picture is emotional health. The mind and body are not separate. Worry, resentment, or loneliness can drain more energy than a poor diet ever could. In the same way, joy, gratitude, and connection can restore vitality even when the body feels weak. Science shows that stress hormones can block healing while a calm, positive state can activate repair. That means laughter, prayer, meaningful relationships, and daily gratitude are not luxuries, they are part of the bigger picture of health. They are medicine in their own right, and they make every other effort more effective. The bigger picture also connects personal health to purpose. Taking care of yourself is not only about avoiding illness or living longer. It's about having the energy and strength to do what matters most. Whether that means spending more active time with your family, traveling, creating, serving your community, or simply enjoying life with less pain, the foundation that supports everything else. Without it, even the best dreams feel out of reach. With it, new possibilities open at every stage of life. When you begin to view health as part of this bigger picture, choices become clearer. You don't eat well just to lose weight. You eat well to stay sharp, balanced, and strong. You don't walk daily just for fitness. You walk to keep independence and freedom. Because you're lazy, you rest because the body uses sleep as its most powerful healing tool. Every action becomes connected to a larger reason. Larger reason keeps you consistent when motivation fades. The bigger picture also shows the importance of grace. Health is not about being perfect or rigid. It's about rhythm, flexibility, and adaptation. Life changes, and so do you. There will be seasons of energy and seasons of rest. There will be times when discipline comes easily and times when it feels harder. But if you see the bigger picture, you understand that one slip does not erase your progress. Setback does not cancel the journey. You are not defined by yesterday's choices. You are shaped by the direction you keep moving in. The most powerful part of the bigger picture is that your health is not only for you. When you care for yourself, you influence everyone around you. You model strength for your children, resilience for your friends, and hope for others who may be struggling. Your vitality encourages others to believe in their own possibility for change. In this way, health becomes a gift you give to yourself and to the people you love. Picture is not about doing everything at once. It's about realizing that every step you take is part of a greater whole. Each healthy choice joins the others. Each small effort builds into a life of energy, strength, and purpose. When you see this clearly, health is no longer a burden. It becomes an invitation. It invites you to live fully, to give deeply, and to experience every stage of life with the strength to enjoy it.